We'll start. Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the fifth series of the Corditex Textile Talks at the University of the Philippines, Baguio. We sincerely apologize for those who earlier registered to our webinars last week due to the inclement weather. There was no electricity in the university and the whole of Baguio for the last 4 days. So now we are resuming our talk on the Agusan Manobo embroidery with our special guest, Professor Carlito Kamahalan. Let me just introduce to you briefly his profile. Can I share my screen first? Carlito, can I share my screen first to introduce you? Okay, so Assistant Professor, Professor Carlito Kamahalan is a true-blooded member of the Agusanon Manobo tribe and currently an assistant professor at the De La Salle College of St. Benilde. He is a painter, sculptor, designer, performer, puppeteer, chanter, musician, choreographer, ceramist, and researcher. As you know, he is a very well-traveled cultural bearer. He's been to many places to share his culture and knowledge about the Agusan Manobo. And he also is a recipient of many awards, as you can see, from the Asia Pacific Luminary Award, the Outstanding Leadership in Culture and the Arts in New York City, UP Alumni Distinguished Alumnus in Community Empowerment, Outstanding Butuanan Award, GAT Apolinario Mabini Award, and so forth. Assistant Professor Carlito Kamahalan Amalia has an MA thesis that was published at the Routledge and Cultural Center of the Philippines Encyclopedia. He holds a bachelor's degree in fine arts, major in sculpture, and an MA degree in art history, both completed at the University of the Philippines in Diliman. So let me just show you his bio, his work on sculpture. So he's also into terracotta sculpture, visual arts, and then of course woodwork. And then of course he made this beautiful Agusan Manobo dolls for the International University of Rabat in Morocco for an exhibition. Then other corpus of work made of earthenware and others. So this is he's a very multi-talented person. So without further ado, we would like to welcome Mr. Professor Carlito Kamahan. And Carlito is also a member of the Teatro Mulat. Way back in college, we were together as faculties. Thank you, Carlito. Take it away.
Magandang umaga, maayong buntag sa tanan. Okay, I'm going to share my PowerPoint. Just wait for a while. Okay. wait. I'm gonna fix first my PowerPoint. Okay, can you see now my PowerPoint? Nakita na ba?
Yes, dito.
Okay, my topic for this morning is about embellishment of Agusan Manobo textile art. I am Carlito Kamahalan Amalia, isa pong Agusanon Manobo from Mindanao. Suyam is one of the living tradition of embroidery art from the Agusan Manobo. When we say Suyam, Suyam is a borda or embroidery. It is intangible, intangible heritage in our community. Okay, as we see on the map, we can find here the Caraga region. This is Butuan City, Agusan del Norte, and this part is Agusan del Sur. This one naman ang Surigao found in northeastern Mindanao. Well, you can see the Philippine archipelago. It's more in the physical setting. You can see the maritime, the mountain, and also the river. This is the place of the Caraga, especially the Agusan Manobo ethno-linguistic community. As you can see to my illustration, yung studies ko, there are a comparison about the Barangay Sinay and Barangay Padiay in Agusan del Sur, while on the other hand, you can see here the Butuan City and Cabilbaran City focus on the innovation, while the other one is more on the tradition. In history, Antonio Pigapetta described Raha Colombo of Bazawa, Butuan. According to their custom, he was the finest looking man that we saw among those people. His hair was exceeding black and hung to his shoulders. He had a covering of silk on his head and wore two large golden earrings fastened in his ears. He wore cotton cloth, all embroidery, suyam, with silk, which covered him from the waist to the knees, and his side hung a dagger, the haft of which was somewhat long and all of gold, and is covered of carved wood. He had three spots of gold on every tooth, and his teeth appeared as bound with gold. He was tawny and tattooed all over. We have here the writing of Antonio Pigapetta kung saan describe niya ang hari ng Botswana si Raha Shawi. May nakalap din akong impormasyon sa National Geographic kung saan makikita natin yung dato. Dato is a chieftain, but in our local term, we call this one Howdon. And the Bai, the woman shaped him. This is a woman at the same time the wife of a Dato, or we call this one the Howdon. And this image, we call this one the Baryo. The Bagani is a warrior protector, and also they are the spiritual also experts. Some of the Bagani are also expert in spiritual. Well, the Odipon, this is the slave, especially the Ailang, the Buhi, or you can see here there's no embroidery, less accessories also. In Agusan province, Philippines, where there's a social level of implication for power, status symbols, prestige, beauty and charms, the dress plays an ergonomic function from womb to tomb. If we're going to observe the Agusan Manobo textile art or embroidery art, it is what we call this one a material culture. Well, it serves as a power. It has a status symbol, and also there are lots of symbolic meaning. In other words, this is our aesthetics. This is the what we call here the standards of our aesthetics and also beauty. This is my illustration. This is the Howdun, or sometimes they call this one Dato, or Manigaon means they are the advisor. As you can see, the dress, the embellishment from head to toe, this is what we call the suyam. And also there can see the embellishment and also the weapon. And this is also my illustration. As you can see here, yung bae. When you say bae, ito yung mga babae, ang asawa ng dato or howdon. Well, the bae and dato, they're going to wear four colors such as red, white, yellow, and black. And yung the iconic na damit ng babae, meron siyang sash. And we have also here the Bailan. Bailan is a spiritual expert. Well, they're going to wear black because black symbol of mysticism, mystery, and also wisdom. As you can see, the Bailan carrying about the Banoy. They are the healer, fortune teller, at the same time, the ritualistic expert. Kung may lalaking Bailan, meron ding babae na babaylan. This one. Sometimes ang babaeng babaylan gumagamit sila ng tubaw. Well, you can see here the paliot, the accessories. You know what? If we're going to observe the term is agusanon, agusanon manubo. And sometimes ang mga term hindi na to ginagamit kasi yung mga masters aging na rin, yung iba na mamatay na, yung nagbuburda. And aside here, we have here the Bagani. The Bagani define us, they are the protector, the highly respected in our community, and also they are the warrior. Ang mga Bagani naman ay nagsusuot sila ng pula. This is a symbol of life and also blood. Well, you can see here yung drawing ko kung saan may mga weaponry ang mga Bagani. Ang Bagani, kapag namatay ang Howdon or Dato, ang successor naman ito yung mga Bagani. And then we have here the slave, or we call this one the udipon. Ang udipon na lalaki, ito ay ang sabanday, where you can see less na yung accessories, at the same time, less na rin yung embroidery. And next to Ailang, the slave we have here, the Ailang, ito yung babae naman, kung saan makikita natin yung damit nila na abaka and less burda. And meron ding mga slave ng mga bata, ito yung tinatawag na the yokos. As you can see here, pakunti na pakunti, minsan ang yokos wala na mga damit. Ang babae naman ay tinatawag na buhi slave. In my research sa panayam ko, I got some of the massive data about the intangible and tangible heritage in our community, while I draw here the representation, and then you can see here the meaning and purpose. For example, we have here the Binuadya. Binuadya is very sacred in, sorry, in our land because it's symbols of ecology. Ito yung mga anthropomorphic design, the flora, the fauna, the celestial, and also the geometric design. Kung saan dinodrawing ko dito yung visual and also may mga meaning and also the Agusan Manobo term. Okay, this one, kagamitan at palamuti, for example here, yung Ginoo. Yung Ginoo, ito yung sagwan kung saan patulis siya because what the purpose of this is for rowing at the same time para madaling mapatay ang buaya. Kaya pointed yung Ginoo, or we call this one the sagwan. And then we have here the Minyandala, and then the spiritual and celestial, binutuon, binuyan, dinawata, and cross. You know what? Yung mga sinaunang tao sa Butuan, yung nagstay sa Butuan, nagiging Kristiyano sila. Yung mga people naman na pumunta doon sa Southern Philippines, ito naman ay nagiging mga Muslim. Kaya ang Butuanon and Tausug, somehow meron silang similar, what we call this one, language. Okay, we have also here the tubig at lupa. This is the symbol of kalibungan, bundok. And we have also here the iconic Dalingling-o. And may mga ano din kami, mga anito, and then inanting-anting, this is the agimat, this is the teeth or the tooth of the crocodile. While this is the meniskada, in English we call this one the death mask. You know what? The Samoy, term for Samoy is Agusa Manobo, term for Butuan. If we're going to understand the history, we have here the term for tattoo. Tattoo is pangutob or patik. Tattoo can be considered as a second skin and also a second dress at a human canvas. Yung design ng tattoo, ito yung ginagamit sa pagbuborda, or we call this one the embroidery. Kaya yung unang dato or unang mga raha sa Butuan, just like Raha Shawi and Kulambo, meron silang mga pangutob or patik. And then we have here dagmoy. Kung ang Mandaya ay merong dagmay, or we call this one the abaka ikat, while in Butuan we have also here dagmol, the multi-purpose textiles. Sometimes we use this one as a skirt and also a blanket. Ito yung old na dagmoy na from Agusan Manobo at the same time the Higaonon. And this one we call, see here the kamuyot, or we call this one the bagpak. In our local term, the white is the natural color of abaka, while the red, they use the plant Kililuza, and the black also we use apitong, yung yellow turmeric. As you can see here, nagiging black na siya kasi masyadong matagal na tong ano, yung tela, yung abaka na ikat. This is the tie-dye technique from the pre-colonial. I got this one from the National Museum. Ito yung tinatawag na kabo. This is made of baka, and then sometimes, as you can see here, yung red, ginamit siya ng the cicalid color na plant. While you can see here, an embroidery using synthetic thread. And in our contemporary time, halos wala nang gumagamit ng abaka, pero ngayon, we call this one the polyester cotton. We call this one kalingan, ang term sa cotton. And as you can see here, this is the abaka, and you can see here the iconic design. We call this one the kinawilan, while this one is, when we see kinawilan, symbols about the family. Well, the tinampuso, it is a symbol of the community. Ito yung abaka. Again, kapag apat ang kulay, ito yung ginagamit ng mga dato and also ng bae. Pero yung slave talaga, yellow yung kulay sa damit nila. Okay, as you can see, hanggang ngayon, meron pa rin nagbuburda, gumagawa ng beads, at the same time nagwiwibig, especially in Agusan del Sur, kung saan sa San Luis, and also sa La Paz. In our community, may tudom is a ritual. Bago magkaroon ng pagbuburda, nagre-ritual muna ang mga katutubo. Ito yung mga ethno-linguistic community, especially the Agusan Manobo tribe. This part here, we have also the pedal frame loom. May backstrap loom, and then ito yung mga baylan, yung mga kababaihan ang nagbuburda. While on the modern, at the same time yung part ng mga Bisaya, ito naman yung manunuyam. Manunuyam means is a woman embroiderer. Okay, ito yung habulan na sinturon kung saan dinodrawing ko. Ito yung local term, while you can see here different purpose kung paano gumawa ng abaka. And aside here, we have also the pedal frame loom, kung saan makikita natin ay iyari ito sa kahoy. Mostly ang nagwe-wave, mga kababaihan. Pinagbawalan na magwe-wave or magbuburda ang mga kalalakihan. When we see umpak, this is upper dress. As you can see, there are lots of suyam or embroidery. And then on the other part, yung lower part, ito yung tinatawag na sawal or short part sa mga kalakihan. Mostly ang gamit na to ay gamit ng mga bagani. And then the umpak blouse for woman, ang kababaihan. As you can see here, the sada means ito yung palda or the skirt. And then we're going to term here about the color. In our community, red means yadong. And then the black is yugom, while the puti, white, and naihag means yellow. As you can see here, the intricate design, it looks like geometric because the texture of the polyester resin are cross-hatching, kaya geometric yung form. And then we have here the iconic design such as the tinang puso. Ito yung tinang puso na embroidery. Ito naman yung tinang puso na serigraph or photographic. Ito, umabot to ng 2 months or sabi natin 1 week or 1 month sa pagbuborda, while yung cell screen naman, umabot lang to ng a minutes or a second. Usually, this is mass-produced. And then Binutuon Star, because we believe the Agusano Manumalubo serve as the time, yung mga bituon. And then the Kenyasag, this is the shield, symbol of protection. And then the Binawud waves, as you can see here, ito yung Agusan River. Well, you can see here the Kamagsi, ito yung Kamagsi, yung mga floral, and ito naman yung riverbank. Yung mga manubo makikita natin sa kabundukan, sa kalupaan, sa river na rin. The Binuadja, we have here the crocodile. We know that Lolong is the largest crocodile in the world. That's why meron kaming Buadja na gods and goddesses because we believe on the Buadja. Buadja is the most harmful animal in our land, while second ang Philippine python, third yung scorpion. Ito yung backbone ng buaya. The design, the embroidery. Again, this is the Agusan River. This is what we call the river back, and it has 4 colors. Makikita natin yung kamagsi. Ito yung kamagsi, a flower. Kapag may flooding, kapag umuulan, maraming kamagsi, well, they're going to use this one as herbal medicine. Mamagon din ang kamagsi. Okay, we have here the tinuog. Tinuog is a tree. If there is a tuog tree in a community, that means meron siyang minerals such as a copper and also gold. That's why in Agusan, in Surigao, and Caraga, rich in gold, kaya talamak ang mining and also the illegal logging. Well, you can see here, si Lolong to, nung nakita ko siya nung buhay pa, this is now the representation of embroidery of Lolong. This is the backbone of Lolong. Well, this one, itong yung painting ko na Golden Tower of Agusan, this is the representation of Agusan. That means if you're going to observe, ito yung symbol ng prestige, power, and also authority. Ito yung si Tiara. In our term, we call this one Buwawan no Baklagon. Well, you can see here the Akimbo design representation of power. Well, sa bubungan, forest, makikita natin yung river bank. This is now the Agusan River. This is the water current. And then this is the bubungan. This is the forest. Yung representation ng small and large triangle. The Yaman, as you can see here, if this is the river, si Lolong representation ng buhaya, the river bank, this is now the community and also representation of the family. Ito rin, makikita natin, if we're going to understand the design, again, this is the shield. Well, ang shield, ginagamit to ng mga bagani. And then, you can see here the water, representation of Binuaja. And then, the river bank. Well, you can see here the celestial, the star, and this is also the Tinangpuso, the community, and this is representation of the family. Kaya makikita talaga natin yung napaka-cultured base yung Agusanon Manubo. And you can see here the intricate design using the textile such as the crossway. And here yung mga burda na apat lang yung kulay, kapag may ibang kulay, yun ay hindi na Agusanong Manubo. Baka malabang ano na siya, higaon nun kapag may ibang kulay. Apat na kulay lang kasi this is in relation to spirituality. Then this is the Miniandala, symbol of Suyam. If we're going to understand this design, this is now what we call the Kinawilan. Kinawilan is a family composed also of Tinangpuso. Tinangpuso is a community, while this is the inner world. Well, you can see here, the community represent about the binutuon, the shelled, the tinuog, then we call this one the outer world. Kung saan makikita natin yung Minyandala is the symbol of cosmic and also the universe of the Agusan Manubo ethno-linguistic community. May mga nakalap din akong mga design in my research kung saan hindi ko alam kung ano ang meaning nito, kung ano yung symbolism nito. This is a work in progress in our community. The cabo means dress during the Spanish, kaya nung unang panahon from the tattoo, nagiging embroidery na siya sa Spanish. We call this one the polyester cotton, while as you can see, meron siyang mga symbolism. Mostly ang damit na to ay gamit ng mga hawdon or dato. Ito naman ay bae. Ito yung unisex, usually ginagamit to ng babae or kalakihan. Itong kulay naman, makikita natin ito yung the Binuaja, ito yung Binawod, and here you can see here the scorpion. This is the scorpion, while this one yung agila. And then ito yung mga damit gamit ng mga bagani, the warrior. Mostly ang mga bagani, meron silang mga designs such as the Binuaja, and then we have also here yung tinatawag natin na Akimbo design. Then, during the American period, kung saan ang mga customer or mga visitor, because as mass-produced, gumagamit na ng cell screen printing during the American. Ito ay hindi na nagbuburda. Nagbuburda pa rin yung mga katutubong Manubo, pero yung mga Bisaya, ang ginagamit nila, gumagamit nila sila ng cell screen printing, or we call this one the serigraph. We have also malong the tubular garment. Well, you can see here the binutuon. This is the tinuog, the tinangpuso. Then we have here the shield, the binuaja, the riverbank, and also representation of the river. Itong damit naman to, ito ang damit na gamit ng mga we call this one babaylan. Babaylan kasi using the black color representation of wisdom, mystery, and also the mysticism. Yung sa amin, may babaylan na lalaki, meron ding babaylan na babae. Ito naman yung gamit ng babaylan, pero serigraph na ito, silk screen. Iba pa rin yung yung aesthetic kapag embroidery. Ito naman yung tinatawag natin na cell script kung saan ang yellow gamit to ng mga slave. While yellow because in my research, if you are exposed to the sun, especially the slave, then if you're a farmer and peasants, that means lower in terms of hierarchy ang yellow. Again, kapag four colors, hawdon and bae, kapag black naman, ito yung gamit ng mga babaylan. And then for the red, gamit to ng mga bagani, while yung yellow, ito yung mga slave, just like the buhi and also the ailang. And then, as you can see here, the dress, the designs are somehow the same, pero nagbababago ang technology. Look at here, ito yung tinatawag na computer, or we call this one digital embroidery during the contemporary time. Kung dati, 1 month or 2 months matatapos yung pagboborda, ngayon meron ng textile, or we call this one embroidery. In our term, we have here the the body accessories. That means the symbols of the status symbol from the dato, and also we have also here from the manigaon, the bae, the bailen, and the alipin. It serves a power kapag marami kang accessories, marami kang embroidery, yung status mo mataas in the society. And then it serves us our aesthetics and beauty. The more na maraming embroidery, maraming design and accessories, ito yung namin aesthetic symbols. Maganda tingnan kapag marami kang mga design and also accessories. And as you can see here, long time ago, maraming ginto. We are the second producer of gold next to Africa. Well, you can see here, ito naman yung mga gold, na Golden Taro Bagusan, the Kinari, and then itong mga gold, nakikita to sa Surigao and also in Butuan. We have reached in terms of gold. Kung saan makikita to dati sa mga katutubong Agusanon. And then, did you know that I got this one from the National Museum that ancient people of Butuan practiced the cranial modification. Sa amin noon, kapag flat ang noo mo, nilagyan nila ng abaka or what we call this one, the embroidery, nung bata pa, and then magiging flat. Kapag flat yung noo mo, in other word, you belong to a royalty blood. That's why mahalaga talaga natin alamin yung ano niya, yung meaning, especially malalaman natin kung ikaw ba ay isang part ng royal blood or we call this one alipin. Meron din kami mga accessory na gamit sa metal. And then ito yung mga nakalap ko, aside from metal and gold, meron din kaming mga bones from the fish, and also meron din kaming gamit ngipin ng buaya. Ito naman yung tinatawag na bagos, the accessories from the knee. Yung tatay ko bago siya namatay, ang nakuha ko, ito yung tinatawag na sundang sword. This is all serve as a status symbol kung saan gamit-gamit niya ito nung buhay pa. Pero ngayon, tinatago ko ito for our family heirloom. And then, ang dagom ng unang panahon, yung sinneedle, ito ay may butas. Ito, tingnan niyo yung butas. Dito nilalagay ang sinulid habang nagbuburda ang mga kababaihan. The Pojo sling bag, ito yung sling bag na traditional. This is made of abaca. Well, this one, ito yung mga beads. There are 4 colors. And contemporary time, combination to ng suyam and also the tuhog or the beads. Ito naman yung accessories na mostly ginagamit to ng kababaihan during wedding, and also ano din to, parang may connection to sa buya ng mga kababaihan. As you can see here, ito yung tinatawag na yambitan word scarf. Yung sword, may mga design dito. Malalaman natin na siya ay dato, hawdon, or bagani. Kapag walang yambitan ang sword, that means you are a simple member of the community or a slave. Ito ang malalaman natin because of the suyam. The Bagkus belt, mostly ginagamit to ng mga babae. And then we have here the Baidida necklace. This is the representation of Binuaja. Look at the Binuaja here, representation of the crocodile. In our contemporary time, nagiging ginamit na rin siya sa beauty pageant. Especially the Suyam, it's a contemporary, it's a modernized. And then meron din silang mga paliot design or the accessories. So yung design in our community, especially Agusan del Sur, mayroong mga competition yung mga Agusanon Manubo. And then sometimes, kapag nakita nating damit na walang embroidery, ito ang tinatawag na kulintangan, pangulintangan. Pero kapag may embroidery yung damit nila, ito yung tinatawag na suyam. And this is my Ompo, Manubol Dolls, kung saan nung last year nagkaroon ako ng solo art exhibit sa Rabat, Morocco. Gumawa ako ng maliliit na dolls. This is made of ceramics and also ito yung mga burda na made of abaca, polyester resin. And also pinakita ko rin dito yung digital embroidery and sublimation. Okay, these are my references. I'm going to show you my collection. As you can see here, can you see the bag, the pojo?
Lito, you are on. You cannot see it.
Okay, just wait for a while. Okay, this is my pojo. Can you see the pojo? And also, this is made of babaka, and you can see the paliot or the beads. And then ito yung mga beads din na there are 4 colors. Can you see? This is the beads, and this is now the contemporary. Look at the contemporary beads. This is the pojo or salio. Well, you can see here the beads and also the embroidery. And because of the scarcity of materials, sila ay nagkahabi gamit na ngayon yung sako. Ito yung sako at the same thing sila.
Lito, can we put down your slide para makita natin yung
Just wait for a while.
Thank you so much.
Kita. See. Okay na ba? Can you see?
Yes, fantastic.
Okay, this is made of sako kung saan because scarcity of the materials, gumagamit na sila ng sako, yung mga kababaihan, and then the port here, the tuhog, or we call this one, the beads. And then yung mga kalakihan naman, gumagawa din sila ng beads or tuhog. This is the beads, we call this one, the saleo. Again, there are only 4 colors. And minsan, kapag may oras ako, gumagawa din ako ng beads. This is my beads where you can see here the intricate design. Inspired din to sa suyam. And then, as you can see here, this is what we call the paliot. The paliot, it represents about the binuaja, the crocodile. Yung mga kababaihan naman, ito yung gamit na panglalaki. See? And also, ito naman ay pangbabae. No? Bilog yung pangbabae. Well, this one, ginamit din to ng mga kababaihan. The headdress, dito na nilagay. Ito ay babae na aksesorya, while ang kalalakihan naman, ito ang tinatawag na the tangkulo. The tangkulo or the tibang, mostly ginagamit tong headdress ng mga lalaki. Mga dato and also mga bagani. Then as you can see here, ito yung representation ng python or cobra. Ito yung cobra. While this one, ito yung representation ng binuaja. Binuaja is the harmful animal in our community. Next is the what we call here the snake. Ito naman yung belt ng mga kababaihan. And this is the bells. Ginagamit to kapag sumasayaw ang hawdon to please the spirit. Sometimes pag nandoon sila sa bundok, kapag narinig to ng mga hayop, endangered animals, natatakot sila. Kaya may purpose to. And then I have also here my heirloom. This is mga more than 150 years old na heirloom. from the Agusan Manubo. And then this is also a heirloom, a beads, a different technique of beads. Well, ito yung sinasabi kong accessories made of metal. Ginagamit to sa kamay, sa paa. And then as you can see here, sometimes gumagamit din yung mga Agusan Manubo ng mga bones from a shell or a bones. Ginagamit nila to as accessories. Tingnan natin yung may archival sa lugar namin kung saan you can see here an animal while may ano siya, butas. Saan ba dito? Ito. May butas siya kung saan dito nila ilagay yung thread. Here, dito ang thread and ito ang ginagamit nila na karayon. And then I have also here the yambitan. Ang yambitan naman ay ginagamit to kapag ito ang sword, pinupulupot lang to represent that you belong to a higher class. Okay? Because the yambitan, and try to observe the design. Ito yung sinuyaman, and then some of the design ay pinozo. Pinozo means represent about the heart. Well, in our I have here also, ito yung gamit ng kababaihan, dito nilagay sa ulo. And in our contemporary time, yung mga lalaki naman, because they have cell phones in the community, gumagamit sila ng ng bags na lalagyan ng cellphone. Okay, I have also here my suyam. Makikita natin ang suyam dito, kung saan this is what we call the computer embroidery. Computer embroidery na to. While I have also here my suyam na embroidery. Can you see the embroidery? This is the embroidery, and this is the heirloom. And you can see also here the accessories and also the design, such as the binuadya, the binutuon, so on and so forth. I have here my puppet. Okay, that's it. Hi, Mugna, how are you? Hi, hello. Okay, Mugna here. My puppet Mugna wearing the tinampuso. Okay, this is the tinampuso, the community. We call this one the tayubang or the tibang. Well, this is the embroidery na binorda talaga. While ito namang tibang or headdress ni Mugna, you can see here, ito yung the serigraph or photographic. Well, this one, my tibang, it's more on the paliot or the beads making. Is that correct, Mugna? Yes! That's it. Before we end our lecture for today, may gagawin kaming tudong ni Mugna. Is that okay for you, Mugna? Okay! Iya! Iya! Inanada mo ininanongo andad kanet bubungan banwas kami ngawan og odan-odanan dito na bubungan andad kamit hamindas kanat kanginawan ug udan-udanan dito na bubungan iyan na dangotano ungari ano na aniya ungari anana. Thank you. Salamat, Mugna.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Carlito, sa iyong presentation. Very informative and entertaining, no, with your puppet. So we have some, at this point, we would like to have the question and answer. So there are several questions already that was given to us by our audience at the theater. So first of all is you discuss many things from the natural dye, the weaving, embroidery, and of course this iconography of the embroidery of the Agusan Manobo. So I would like to ask about the issues of authenticity. You mentioned about designs on the skin, which are the tattoos, and then designs on the textiles, and then designs on serigraph or digital print. When it comes to the contemporary ones, do you think that there are issues on authenticity in regards to the representation and making of the designs?
Okay, thank you. You know what? Yung mga serigraph and then the sublimation, it threatens our community. Usually nawawala na ng ano ng mga art, mga gawa ang mga kababaihan, the manunuyang. Kasi if they're going to create the embroidery, it took them 1 month or 1 week. 1 month or two months. Well, yung other side, especially yung mga businessman, especially yung mga Bisaya, gumagamit na ng sublimation kasi it is a mass produce. Well, ang paggamit ng suya, may mga ritual, may mga panagtawag sila, may mga tudom, pero on the other part, ginawa ng ano siya, parang masyadong money-oriented. Because sa suyam, kung ano yung personality ng tao, yun ang design. Pero sa other part, kung anong gusto ng buyer or ng tourist, pwede sila mag-dictate sa ganito ang design. And then, majority sa mga gumagawa ng sublimation, the serigraph, the digital, hindi naman sila Agusanon Manobo. Ano naman sila mga Bisaya.
Okay, so you think that the contemporary ways of doing the embroidery threatens your community. So what are the probable actions that have been done in the community to prevent this kind of, representation?
Actually, yung community, especially in Butuan City, active naman din yung yung mga National Commission for Indigenous People. Kasi sometimes naging extreme yung yung tawag nito, yung business or commercialization, nawala na yung spirit. And then at the same time, parang naiba na ang symbolic meaning. Yun lang.
Okay. Etong digital embroidery, parang bago ito, ano? It's a new technology on digital embroidery. How different is that from hand embroidery? Do you input the design on a software or how do you do the digital embroidery?
Sa detail embroidery, may mga pattern or design sa screen, pipili ka na lang. And then, mga minutes, makukuha mo kaagad ang embroidery. Well, ang suyam, as I've said, 1 month to 2 months, ang nakikita ko sa suyam, makikita mo yung may imperfection. In other words, may humanity, may spirituality. Yung sa digital, here, you can see the precision at saka parang almost perfect na siya. Wala ka nang makitang mali. At the same time, nawala siya ng soul and value. Mas nagustuhan ko yung embroidery kasi somehow, kung ano yung design niya sa likod, yun din ang design sa harap. Ito kasi iba ang embroidery. Kung ano ang design dito, makikita mo dito, ito yung parang may pattern dito na marumi. See?
Okay. Lito, gusto kong tanungin itong digital embroidery, ano? Sa tingin mo ba ay nakakatulong din yan sa turismo or sa revival ng tradition for this kind of, reproduction of embroidery?
In my own understanding, parang hindi wala siyang sa community. Masyadong yumayaman yung businessman, yung mga sorry, yung mga ibang tao. So yung yumayaman. Pero ang gusto ko lang sa Suyam, sa community, it's collective. At the same time, community ang gumagawa. Well, sa business naman, isang tao lang with the machine, ang yumayaman yung businessman, hindi yung community. Yun ang observation ko.
Okay, bago ako magtapos kasi may mga katanungan din dito sa ating chat box. Are there also rituals performed before, during, and after the embroidery is done?
Yes, meron sa Agusano Manobo, meron silang tudom, yung chanting. And meron din siyang tinatawag na panawag-tawag, calling all the spirit. You know what? Yung unang panahon, ang pag-embroidering ng mga Agusanon Manobo, merong tinatawag na tuma. Yung tuma, yung black lice or garapatang maputi, ito yung spirit kung saan lumalakad siya dito and then ang gawin na magsusuyam, pinapalo niya ang anong lakad. Kung mag-stop yung tuma or white lice or puting garapapa, mag-stop na rin. Hanggang sa ngayon, nawala ang tuma. Yung tuma kasi, malalaman natin kung ang nag-embroidery ay isang master or cultural bearer.
Dun sa mga sa Agusan ba, meron pa rin mga master embroiderers?
Pero pailan-ilanan at so they are aging.
Okay, so we have to document it as soon as possible. Okay, thank you, Lito. Now we go to our Q&A here in our chat box. So the question is from Ms. Gay Shalsita. So a while ago, she talked about, please tell us about designs and symbols in Agusan Manobo, beadwork and threadworks, which you already discussed. And then she's asking if you have a book for purchase about the Agusan Manobo embroidery and how can we order?
Actually, I have my publication sa Routledge sa SOAS University of London. It's more on my research on the Agusan Manobo textile art. But for now, hopefully parang wala pa akong publication, parang work in progress.
For the book, no? So
May
I
book
hope
ako
you have
dito.
the
Ito
book.
yung ano. Can you see the book?
Okay, An Island They Called Mazawa by
Written by
Father.
my brother, a priest. And then nilagyan ko ng design dito na tinampuso. We call
Okay.
this one the binuadya or the suyam. Hindi naman to related sa ano, hindi to related sa suyam, related to sa ano, sa history about the first mass.
Yeah, I think Professor Amalia have published an article at the Journal of Material Culture entitled Suyam Embroidery, which is a very unique article because it has included illustrations, no, on the embroidery and iconography. Okay, this is from Margaret Guys Mooney. She's asking, could you put up the references slide again, please? If you could share your slide on the references and probably briefly discuss what are these references.
Okay. This is my references. As you can see here. Oh, ano to? It is too small. Can you
You
see
can
now?
the slide at the bottom, yung parang slide.
Can you see the references?
It's very small, but you can put it, ayan.
If you have time, you can read my manuscript at the UP Diliman archival section sa UP Mainline. Nandun yung ano ko, yung sulat. It was written in Filipino. And majority of the term are
Oops.
Agusanon Manobo term, local term. Wait lang. There's a technical problem. Paano to? Okay. In F6. Wait lang. Can you see now the PowerPoint?
Yes, we can just look at the references. This is a request from one of our participants,
Yes.
Margaret.
This one. Tanggal pa. Wait lang. These are my references. This one.
Okay, so these are the references of the talk of Professor Amalia. So John Garvan, the Manobos of Mindanao, and he also wrote his thesis, masteral thesis on Suyam to Agusan Manobo, Tradisyon at Inobasyon sa Sining ng Pagbuburda ng Damit, Tradition and Innovation in the Art of Embroidery, and then others. Okay. So I hope that we can also share this later on to our audience via our Cordillera Textile Corditex website coming soon, and also in our social media.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lito. We have another question or comment from Maria Victoria, Doctor. She said, indigenous weaves are becoming popular in contemporary formal and casual wear, even for non-natives of IPs. What precautions must be made when using indigenous textiles and designs to avoid cultural appropriation?
Let us educate and aware the masses, especially the symbolism and also the embroidery. Because ang problema kasi nito yung misappropriation at saka misuse. May mga design kasi na sometimes nilalagay nila sa tsinelas or sa shoes na yun naman ay pang-upper na design. In other word, misuse, maybe na miseducate or because of too much of self-expression and expression ng mga other people, they have what you call this one, the freedom. Kaya lang, isipin natin na itong mga Agusanong Manobo, meron talaga silang na mga guide at the same time, the IP knowledge na dapat nating maprotektahan.
So yung NCIP ba ay very active in protecting this suyam in Agusan?
Yes, they are very active, especially the NCIP Caraga. Pero sometimes, because of the dictate and demand of the tourists, kaya mas popular ngayon yung tinatawag na digital embroidery, the sublimation, and the photography.
Okay, that's interesting, no? Kasi mabilis na i-produce to, no? Yung
Mas
you have to write the book soon, Lito. Yeah, you should write the book soon. Publish your manuscript, your thesis, no, on the Agusan Manobo embroidery. Okay, there's a question from Liberato Ramos. Doon sa show mo ng mga gamit, yung headscarf at neck piece para sa mga lalaki depicts snake and crocodile respectively. Is there any cultural, genderic implication, and why are they worn by the male?
Okay, as you can see, this is for, we call this one the tibang or the tayubang, a headdress representation of what we call this one, the python or the snake. As you can see, if you can, there can see bells. Kung may nakita kayong bells, marami na siyang napatay na tao or the endangered animals. As you can see, wala pa akong mga bells. And this one, this is served as the dowry. Ito yung pangbabae, nilagay nila dito. Okay? Pangbabae, panglalaki, ito namang the yambitan, panglalaki lang to. Mostly sa mga embroidery, gawain niya ng mga manunuyam or kababaihan. Pero itong mga beads, gawain to ng mga kalalakihan. Ito.
Okay. So, Lito, yung bang snake and crocodile is accorded both for the male and female design?
This is both for male and female. If you are a hawdun, a dato, manigaon, a council of elder, and bai. You're not allowed to use the binuadya at the same time different design kapag ikaw ay slave or alipin. Ang alipin, less design, less accessories.
Ito bang hierarchy about the affluent and the chief and then the lower class group, are they still existing in Agusan in the contemporary period?
Finding sa thesis ko na meron talaga kaming term na tampuda. Tampuda means a community and hierarchy. Well, you can see the manigaon, the council of elders, the datu, the haudun, the bai, the babaylan, baylan, the bagani, and we have also here the odipon. Meron pa rin siya. Yung odipon talaga, malaman natin kasi gumagamit sila ng yellow color. If you're exposed to the sun, lower color siya. But if you are belong to a higher class, 4 colors. Ang bagani red, ang baylan black.
Okay, so when you say 4 colors, red,
Red,
yellow, black.
and black.
What's the other one? Red, yellow, black, and
White.
okay, so those are the colors of.
Like mayroong connection to sa spirituality.
Okay.
Pero pag sa abaka, ginagamit ang kinalom for black and sikalig for red color, while yellow is turmeric. Gumagamit din kami noong unang panahon, gamit ang, parang na-mention nila ang putik sa
Mad dye.
abaka.
Okay, thank you. So there's another question from an anonymous attendee. how did they started the silk screening and why? Silk screening ng Burda. How did they started? And maybe when did they started?
During the
And
time of American period, ito yung mga serigraph, the photographic. As you can see, mass produce kasi ito. Then maraming maibenta. And as you can see, wala nang masyadong konti na lang ang nagbuburda. Kasi maraming mga tourists or mga buyer na gusto lang mabili kaagad yung mga sawag nito, yung mga serigraph sa businessman. Actually, yung mga suyam talaga, it's community consumption. Pero kung sometimes kung walang pera ang mga katutubo, ginagamit nila ang burda para ano, kung walang pera, pang ano ng bigas o ng pagkain. But on the other part, yung mga businessman, yun, makikita natin in our contemporary time, gumagamit na sila ng sublimation.
okay. All right. I hope that answers the question. Okay, so Ma'am Gay Shalsta says, thank you, great Professor Lito for that answer. Okay, let's listen from Ruth Daryl Pugong, and this is the question. So she saw one of the paliot that has a similar shape with the Cordilleran Linglin-o. What is it called and how is this used and what does it represent?
May nakita kong paliot design. We say paliot body accessories kung saan made of gold. In my own understanding, ito kasing mga lingling ano siya, Austronesian at the same time Southeast Asian or Asian iconography.
Okay, so there's similarity.
Marami din ginto, may makita kay mga different art forms, accessories.
Yeah, so I think, Ruth, this is our Austronesian connections, no? Yung ganitong similar na design. If you can go to Southeast Asia, there you can also see similar design. Okay, there's a question from Diwa Malaya. Hi, Diwa. Is it okay for people who are not Manobo to sell or wear your traditional clothes?
It is open to wear the traditional suyam with respect. At the same time, yun basta wag lang masyadong too much yung ano, yung business kasi it is not good. Hindi din ito nakakatulong sa community kundi nakakatulong sa business kasi yung mga businessman.
Okay, so well, yung pagsusuot ng mga damit na Agusan Manobo, okay lang ba sa mga hindi taga Manobo?
Okay lang para din ano, makilala sa Madla and then malaman din yung heritage namin.
As long as you wear it properly and of course you do it with respect, no? I think that's the crux of the matter. Okay, let's have a question from Janice Cortez. Okay, on cultural appropriation, how do you set the guidelines for this?
Okay, in my observation, especially our community in Agusan del Sur and Agusan del Norte, my understanding on the cultural appropriation sa amin kasi, if you are an insider, if you are a Manobo, you're allowed to use the suyam, the design. Pero some of my understanding, yung mga outsider or yung mga researcher, sometimes when they have the research, masyadong malayo sa ano katotohanan, parang may dramatize, parang may humanize nila. That's why careful tayo sa appropriation kasi minsan mali ang paggamit, mali ang understanding.
So dapat nagbabasa tayo, no? Naaral natin lahat itong mga significance. Meron bang mga damit or mga simbolo na dapat ay hindi sinusuot ng ordinaryong tao?
Ganito.
Tulad ng mga katutubong Agusan.
I'm going to show you sana yun. The Binoadya. Ang Binoadya talaga, makikita to sa mga dato, Howdon, Bae, and Bagani. Sometimes, kapag ito yung Buadya, can you see the Binoadya? Kapag ang Binoadya ay ginagamit ng ordinary people, sometimes sumasakit yung ulo niya. I have no idea, there's no explanation. But kasi sagrado to yung Binoadya. Kasi ang Binoadya, that means this is only for higher rank. Kapag sinuot to ng ibang tao, parang mapipil nilang iba ang pakinam. For example, this one may tibang. Kapag sinuot to ng ibang tao, yung tayubang ko at saka tibang, may possibility na sumasakit ang ulo nila. Kasi ito, ang makasuot lang talaga nito, ito yung Bagani, Dadato, and Manigaon.
Okay. So, mag-ingat din tayo, no, sa ganyan.
May knowledge, may understanding, may mga IP knowledge na hindi hayag sa community. Hindi natin mababasa sa literature. Kundi, ang ano lang, ang ethnologist itong community lang ang may alam.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Lito. I think ito na yung last na tanong before we wrap up at 11:30. Ang tanong nitong si anonymous attendee, ano pa bang ibang hanap buhay bukod sa community na existing noon at ngayon at bukod sa paghahabi at embroidery?
Mostly sa community, yung mga kalalakihan, gumagawa sila ng pojo, the the sling bag. While some of them are farmer, yung mga kagabaihan naman, embroidery, yung ibang mga manubo, they are educated now, kaya naging professional na sila. That's why the danger and yung mga masters aging na rin, there's possibility na magiging vanish na ang sining na.
Okay, so what about yung metal craft nyo? Kasi I see that there's yung pambalot ng sword metal craft. Ito ba ay gawain din ng mga kalalakihan doon?
Mga kalalakian yung mga sword, as I've said, ginagamit din ito sa farming and also may symbolic meaning to my hierarchy. Meron pa rin yan hanggang sa ngayon.
Okay.
Then
Alright.
sa sword, kapag may nakita tayong ganito na nakapulupot, that means you belong to a dato, a bagani, or manigaon. Kung walang pulupot na sword na ganito, that means ano ka lang, ordinary or slave. Doon natin malalaman yung identity.
Fascinating. All right. So I think that's about it for our question and answer portion of this webinar. We would like to thank Professor Carlito Kamahalan Amalia. Do you have any last words for our audience who would be most interested to study further about the Agusan Manobo embroidery?
Bilang isang Agusano Manubo, dapat natin pahalagahan, palawakin ang mga sining natin, especially sa heritage. Kasi ang heritage naman natin ma-define to sa traditional and also innovation. Kaya pahalagahan natin because this is our marker of identity and also creativity. Kasi kung wala tayong mga ethno-linguistikong community, parang wala rin tayong soul sa community.
Okay, so that's important, no? So we have to value our culture to keep our cultural identity and value of our culture. So well said. Thank you so much, Professor Carlito. I hope okay yung weather dyan. Dito sa Baguio, maulan pa rin. We're still experiencing rain. Okay. So to our audience, we will upload the webinars in our Corditex website, and also we will be having our series of webinars. We will have Dr. Zaharia from Romania for this August to talk about textile conservation, both Philippines and in Romania. So with that, I thank you everybody for attending our webinar. Do you have some last words? Okay. Bye. Thank you so much, everybody, and to all our audience who are from the US, Australia, and also from Japan. We have some guests from the UK also who are listening. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you, Carlito. Maraming salamat. Salamat, Lito.
Thank you.
magandang umaga. Pag-break-in lang muna natin sila, no? Kakatapos ng webinar. Merong coffee dito sa